surface. I was down there. The grass is cut really short. That ball is going to roll. It's going to fly. You're going to see players turning the ball in behind defenses, trying to run. Big question for the U.S. is can they match the intensity of Uruguay?
First look at Turner, you might be able to see there's a little bit of wrapping just on his left quad where he took the contusion that took him out of the game. Not in Atlanta. That looked like it might have been a handball there on Matias Oliveira. It's not whistled on the field. Scally got a piece of that one just to steer it further away from Nancy Araujo.
Just a couple early observations. One, as soon as Uruguay win the ball in the early stages of the game, not even a hesitation. They dump the ball into the channel behind the fullbacks. Try to squeeze up. The second, whenever the ball goes back to that turn, early in the game, not even thinking about it, just moving the ball. U.S. trying to squeeze the game.
That he's been given the assignment of. And it's a very inexperienced pair of assistant referees who's working all the time. It's not Virginia. It's not
chances created for them in the last match. He plays in that number 10 role, can drift, has the freedom in that pocket. Here's Pulisic.
Pulisic trying to get forward there, and a late recovery by Ronald Araujo to tackle it out. And yes, it is the all-22 look that we're being given tonight on the Commonweal World Feed television broadcast from Arrowhead Stadium. So Pulisic had that one knocked out. They're trying to get on the run. Darwin Nunez has scored in 7 straight games, tying an all-time Uruguay record. He weaves his way around. Nunez with the speed, hands it off. It's too far for Araujo. Might have been offside anyway.
Just a glimpse of what he is capable of himself. So powerful, still dynamic in the way in which he runs. He picks up speed, just direct. This is a hallmark of this team, the way in which they crash. He released that ball a little bit earlier, had 2 runners, decided to go a little bit longer, released it late, they were offside at that point, but it's a danger for the U.S. when they need players off the dribble and open up spaces.
He said it was last night, that was really the biggest bullet point. He was giving the team defensive transition. He said they're so good in the counter. It's ridiculous. Uruguay. It's been huge. In this match. It's for Pulisic. Leaves way inside. Tripped up by Darwin Nunez. Free kick for the United States. Pulisic's in-swinger. Reina was up for it. Ream was up for it. Anthony Robinson, second header, and Balogun just couldn't get there in time in front of Rochette. Had his body in the way there to prevent Rochette from getting clean contact on that. Anthony Robinson fighting through De La Cruz. Adams gets through a tackle. Options either side. That's Gio Reina across on the deck for Balogun. The Rochette snares.
Oh, what a great move. We've seen the United States being first to almost every second ball, and Tyler Adams at the heart of it. He starts this move, wins the ball in the middle of the field, well-placed ball to Reyna, fires it across, but Rochette, he just gambled and anticipated. He saw that ball, the body shape from Reyna that he was going to play, and he cuts it off. He was valiant and made a fantastic run right down the middle of the field.
He knocks that pass away.
Yes, this is not a Stade de France. This is very high.
I'm honestly laughing at it because it's about 6 stories up the elevator from where the other cameras are next to us here.
Look, for the tactics junkies, I'm sure this is great.
Oh, Maligan, great strength to try to get around. Cross to clear it out for a U.S. throw. This is again where you lose, especially McKinney doesn't have much space to run up to take this throw.
Very tight on the corners.
More than 50,000 tickets have been sold. We've crossed the quarter-hour mark both here and in Orlando. No score in either game. And the first 21 minutes have been key. There's a relentlessness to how Uruguay start. They've been able to run away from both of their first two opponents late. It's the middle period between 20-something minutes and 75 where the statistics actually do even out quite a bit. The suggestion of the data is that if you get through the first 20 minutes, life can be much better. Adams has a hard hit on Oliveira as Adams was late to that one. They're both down hurt.
That's a tough one for Adams because it was a nice ball from Chris Richards into a good spot. He made a nice run.
See him tonight. Uruguay's all-time records goal scorer, named today to the MLS All-Star team, voted in by the fans for his season with Inter Miami. But that's a part of the theme. The U.S. is going to have to deal with physical play. You're not necessarily going to get the calls. Speaking of things they didn't get here, normally, because the U.S. is the designated home team, Team A, they would normally get, if there's a discrepancy, the nicer of the two locker rooms. That's standard protocol for international matches. That did not happen here. Uruguay is in the Chiefs' home locker room, which is very plush. The U.S. is in the visiting team locker room, which is very much not so plush. And that fact it was not lost by U.S. soccer officials.
Yeah, perhaps the main camera is up in the visiting locker room as well, up in the rafters. Again, not our choice. This is a world feed production provided by Comnaball.
And then that was Ugarte was caught in the face. Can the U.S. go quick? Pulisic trying to get on the end of it. And Rojo heads it out. Pulisic wanted to go quick, but Uruguay were able to scramble bodies back. So again, scoreless in both games right now. As it stands, the U.S. are advancing. The night is young. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening in both places. Uruguay not fully set. They're not 100% in. It would take an awful lot for them not to be in as rain is fouled.
You know, that little moment is so important from Tim Ream there to be able to play out of pressure like that by having the composure just to get turned on De La Cruz. And the reason being is that Uruguay like to press the ball. And if they start to smell a little bit of blood, and they're going to keep hunting. When you can turn and you can show them that you have composure on the ball and you can play out of pressure, it's going to make them hesitate under pressure, back off just a touch. So really good work there from Ream.
Anthony Robinson rise the challenge. Another free kick coming for the U.S.
And you can hear the crowd getting agitated too. This is accumulation. You got to start giving out cards here because Uruguay are clearly trying to stop this momentum that the United States have right now. They're fouling, and anytime somebody comes into this type of space, great work from Robinson, turns the corner, and instantly Nandez says, nope, you're not going by me, buddy, and just yanks him down. That's it. That's a yellow based on not just maybe the first foul for him, the accumulation of fouls across the field, but another good set piece opportunity here for the U.S.
Let's go for it. Everyone back for Uruguay. Is that one in? It's all the way through too far. Walter told us yesterday that you handle pressure with preparation. That's how you calm your nerves, is by being prepared. That's where you get the confidence from. As he admitted, there's so much about this game that any coach, let alone one who's up in the stands like Marcelo Bielsa is and his assistant taking charge from. So little you can control in this sport. Blocks that pass out. Anthony Robinson's header. Second header. And tennis, in fact, right now. Green, first to react to from Nunez. Rain a challenge in the air. Intensity is there. It's been there from the first minute.
harder to defend.
And this is the stretch where they do slow it down in their first two games after that 21 minute mark. Big boys are up from the back. De La Cruz in swinging ball.
ฟังได้ทุกอย่างแบบไม่มีโฆษณาดาวน์โหลดเพลงได้ก่อนก็ได้ทำได้หลากหลายด้วย YouTube Music
And down for Uruguay as well, and real concern. Really big concern right now. Uruguay. The Uruguayan players. This is indeed who we thought. We just wanted to get a second look to be sure. Maxi Araujo, who was being stretchered off.
See there, they've got his neck in a brace. So we'll wait to get an official update of what exactly his potential injury is. But it happened. There was a lot of bodies at that near post when that ball came in.
Christian Oliveira of LAFC in MLS, who played just 4 minutes off the bench against Bolivia, will be the replacement. Incidentally is up and moving fine. He will have to go to the side as we restart play with a drop ball. Substitution in Oliveira. Other than 23-man rosters, he might not have made it. Rosters were extended to 26 the moves before the tournament. This season for LAFC. Second year with them.
say, I still feel that that's a foul. Because that ball is still there to be played, and he just smashes Balogun in. Okay, so now we're going to get a look at the one from earlier with Araujo. Oh boy, yeah. That's why we waited on the replay. You can see there's a coming together there with Araujo and Reem, and then you saw his neck just get jammed into the ground there. Brutal. So hoping, yeah, really scary. Hoping for the best for him.
Balogun trying to get back to his feet. Has scored each of the first 2 games. Coming in with no goals in his prior 6 for the U.S. before Copa America. I don't know if anyone felt that it was quite enough stoppage time added. Certainly in the second half Thursday night, we'll see if the proper amount is added here tonight. The game, which was wickedly fast-paced in the opening 20 minutes because of the injuries. Slowly balls to the foul mark. Panama leading Bolivia and U.S. out of the Copa America. As it stands, Balogun back in the play. Can he return wide? Long run for Yunus Musa. Is he going to get there to get to that ball? He does. Musa has it knocked down for a U.S. throw. Terrific speed from Yunus Musa on his first start of the tournament.
Gio Reyna's looked really lively too on that left side. Just his one-touch passing.
McKinney running.
YouTube Premium คือ YouTube แบบไม่มีโฆษณาและมาพร้อมกับแอป YouTube Music สมัครสมาชิก1 ครั้งได้2 แอปทดลองใช้ฟรี1 เดือน
Svenia hooks in the cross. Robinson got to be careful, and that works in the end because Turner was alert. There's something you hear about in the world of soccer that you're playing sometimes against the referee as much as you're playing against the other team because there's bias or corruption, but sometimes just not getting the standard that is required in a tournament of this magnitude in history. Christian Oliveira took it away, cuts it in. Adam sends it out. Now squeeze for Pulisic. Balogun, he's onside right now. Gets the pass. McKennie running to the center. Araujo with a big tackle coming in. Both guys are down. We play on despite the fact that both of them are down and holding their heads. Kevin Ortega finally does now stop the play.
Just anticipates and goes full speed with that challenge. Balogun gets caught a little bit of speed of the speed of the ball, and it slows down. Now Rulo's take your feet after and have just a little bit expected from the U.S. in this game. Before the game, and I was having to be held back from security from trying to throw on a shirt and get out there. You know, you can just feel it on a night like this, and the crowd feels it, and they're into it, and the team's into it. They're putting on something right now that has everybody believing they can do this, and they need to do it. That's the reality for this generation of players.
On the side right now, Uruguay playing with 10 as Reed wins the header. Bristol's not out. Lose the miscontrol the bouncing ball. Orlo coming out now. Anthony Robinson tackles it out. 10 fouls called. That's 11. We've had 2 shots taken in 37 minutes. Free kick coming for Uruguay now. They've been very good on set pieces. Uruguay, 8 goals they have scored. 3 have come from dead balls. Nicholas De La Cruz with a steady ball. Has been involved. Just a little aggressive there from most of them. 2 assists and it was his free kick in the system. Cruz deep to the back post. Still in play. It's on the near side by Christian Oliveira. It's a back on Scally. Everybody's anticipating. For him, it's Phil Balogun who comes out of that one in some pain gingerly.
Yeah, he's been in it today.
What, 2 collisions, right? Yeah. Araujo and then the one with Rochette, the goalkeeper. So he's wincing and trying to fight through.
But he's not backing down from tackles, though, or challenges, and he's up against 2 big physical center halves.
Still Panama in the lead in Orlando. Still the U.S. going out as it stands, but only a goal away from changing that. Goes wide. Should be a U.S. throw, and it is. Looks like the U.S. might have to make this sub as Ricardo Pepi's getting himself ready to come on, and Balogun has come back down to the turf. And what a shame it would be if this is the end of his night for how well he has done. What an opportunity for Ricardo Pepi. Set a record last year, most goals as a substitute by a U.S. men's player. Has had tons of opportunities to score, especially in the Bolivia opener, but also against Panama. It's his chance to turn that around and become a hero for his country. A game they have to win as it stands. Tomorrow on FS1 and FS2, the Copa America group stage concludes. Brazil against Colombia, Costa Rica versus Paraguay. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Colombia know they're in. It's either Brazil or Costa Rica who will join them. The two out of Group D will play the two out of Group C in the quarterfinal round this Saturday. And a good ovation for Balogun coming off here late in the first half. Brazil, more shots without a goal in the opening two rounds of matches, but the quality of heavy shots. 2.72 expected goals to say from where the shots are coming on the field. Statistically, the score is expected to be that's been any of the players in this tournament. Again, great look to Ricardo Pepi. The impact on the ball is 300 hits in the opening. Hooks it in, Ream stoops low to head away.
Play. Let the players decide what happens on the field with their individual.
Gotta be careful. De La Cruz hooks it in, takes a deflection to the back post, and it was missed. Pelistri there had a sliced wide off his foot. And the U.S. wants to be quick. Turner goes long. Pelistri throws his one in his... Fixed cross to Rocha. Gives away possession, though, from the throw. Will just walk it in, crosses it in overhead. It's going to stay in play on the other side. With the actual amount of time that we've lost.
In that part.
It back, Dylan. Wins the header. McKennie has a half beat.
Rivalries. You get matches like this that are physical.
The half. Scally, Pepe off the chest.
Things stand, the U.S. crashing out of
Blocked from watching the big
continues tomorrow. Live coverage of Euros. On Fox and FS1.
Listen to shockingly good podcasts on the YouTube Music app.
any phone in any condition, guaranteed. Get a new iPhone 15 with tons of storage on us.
Oh, yeah.
Only on Verizon.
Lowe's knows what a great assist can lead to. Join Lowe's.
Too well done.
but you can always bring more. You bring the heat to conquer.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line.
We found. This might be the one, or better yet.
All sorts of interesting things, including Tyler Adams is going to get a yellow card for this. Are you? The official.
Not let it affect them. We saw that in the last game against Panama. It cost them, so they've got to just keep doing what they were doing.
Maybe that's the problem there.
Never
Nice.
watched.
Con T-Mobile, asegúrate you are ready for... For the game.
¿Pelo listo? Listo.
Get 4 lines of unlimited with international calling included for just $30 per line.
Ready? Things with balls.
Tuesday, July 9th, 2 Trash Talking Family.
Next event or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com. 4imprint for certain.
I've shaved every day for 20 years. It's my morning routine. Or as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before. If you want a premium shave,
Team fouls, 3 yellow cards handed out so far. 2 of those yellows. Live on FS1. As things stand, Christian Pulisic and the U.S. They had the one-touch passing that they had to same.
Coming in. Back out there to be. Sick.
การสมัครสมาชิกทุกอย่างรวมกันก็หลายตังค์ลองเปลี่ยนมาใช้ YouTube Premium เหมือนได้ครบทุกแอปและยังดูได้ทั้งหมดบนโลก YouTube ไม่มีโฆษณาในราคาเพียง159 บาท YouTube Premium ทดลองใช้ฟรี1 เดือน
หลุดวงโคจร
Lando. So another question over the fitness of one of their players here for USA. Scully was on the end of a very firm challenge indeed from Darwin Núñez late in that first half. It looks like he's going to have to withdraw here, and Shaq Moore is set to be introduced. Looks like a bang on the hip, but maybe Scully feels he can go on with that. So temporarily down to 10 USA. They can't dally too long before making a decision. Viña. Ronald Araujo. Searching up Pelestri. He did well with it. Here comes Nandez. Pelestri gets past Robinson. Into the box he goes. It's a fantastic recovery by Robinson. I must say he's been outstanding tonight, Anthony Robinson. And Palestri's not really having the impact he would want. He had one half chance in the first half. I can't think of another time in the game where he's really driven past Robinson. But he did here, and Robinson was good enough to get back. Now the crowd seeks to pick up the beat a little bit more. Ream. Out of play. Bit of a waste, that. The rise of US soccer, sprinkled with the odd glorious victory. One tonight over Uruguay would certainly come into that category. Scully's back out there. Richards got there but gave it away. Musa. Weston McKennie and Adams in that midfield. They've just got Rayner, who just drops in on this near side. There he is to make a 4. Pluses and minuses to that. Berhalter very mindful indeed of the quality of Uruguay for obvious reasons, but maybe at times tonight they've been a little bit short going forward. Into Pepe it goes. Pulisic, as you can see, far side, stationed right out there on his own. This is the 5th participation in the Copa America for USA. 1993, out in the group stages. All the previous 4, incidentally, as invitees, even when it was in their own country here in the USA in 2016. Pulisic gets involved. Uruguay see him off. Too tight for McKennie. 1993 in the group. Finished 4th, very laudably indeed, in 1995. 2007 got no further than the group, and in 2016 here in the USA they finished 4th again. They lost the semi-final to Argentina. Argentina put 4 on them, and then they lost the 3rd, 4th place game to Colombia. Best competitive recent win for this new USA side, probably against Mexico in the Nations League final. Christian Oliveira got to it, so did Robinson. Mendes followed in well. Ream was there guarding the near post area well. Ugarte, they've got a little bit of a stranglehold on it just at the moment, Uruguay. Dominating the ball a little bit better. Christian Oliveira again, they're starting to punch holes down that left side. But it's seen off. USA need to pick it up a bit here. Not been perfect, Uruguay, under Bielsa in the early stages of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. They were beaten by Ecuador. We've seen the quality of Colombia in this tournament. They drew at home to them, but the wins against Chile, Brazil and Argentina, standout results in the early phase of qualifying. And of course, in the bigger sweep of history, magnificent Copa America record, 15 times winners, but the last in 2011, Uruguay. Group in 2015, group again in 2016 here in the USA. Quarter-final, lost to Peru on penalties in 2019 when they were expected to do better. 2021, different circumstances during the pandemic, of course. The tournament played in Brazil. Again, knocked out in the quarterfinals on penalties by Colombia. That was a fairly low ebb, which continued through the 2022 FIFA World Cup and the end of the maestro, the great career of Washington Tabares finally came to a conclusion. Uruguay went to that World Cup, didn't really excel under Diego Alonso, but fresh new beginning under Bielsa. And they're making life very difficult at the moment for USA. USA need their crowd, and the crowd are responding, but they're just not getting the ball. What has lifted the crowd is that Bolivia have equalised. It's now Bolivia 1, Panama 1. Miranda has levelled it. And it tightens matters up again in this group. But still, USA have more to do. As Christian Pulisic said in the run-up to this game, we have no right to expect anybody to help us out. Green did well. Scally continues, and he too did well. The crowd might take that goal for Bolivia as a little sign that this could yet turn out to be one of the great nights for USA. But it's going to be another Uruguay free kick. Silly little foul that by Reina. One, he says. That's something, but it's not enough. Goal difference, of course, comes into play, and it might edge them over the line. Still a long way to go. And Uruguay have scored! Turner got the first one, but not the second one. Uruguay reacted so much more quickly. Oliveira was in there. And that's going to break plenty of US hearts. Unless they can come back. And for me, the goal has been coming, I must be honest. It's going to be a tight call. Turner did well with the first one. But it was indeed Matias Oliveira who just followed it in, and nobody in a US jersey did the same thing. Matias Oliveira, just when the night seemed to be turning more in the favour of the USA, they concede. There's a hopeful appeal for offside. Not for me to prejudge the lines. First header, farmed away. Are USA going to get a call in their favour here? Oliveira seemed to me to be ahead of the rest, I must say. So a very important minute or 2 minutes in the overall shape of this group. First, Bolivia's goal against Panama, which has been allowed to stand. It's 1-1 in that game. Almost simultaneously with that, Uruguay get the ball in the net. They ran away to celebrate it. And now the VAR is becoming a fairly lengthy one. All kinds of permutations still to play out. There's still lots of time for it all to change very dramatically from where we are right now. The goal stands. Matias Oliveira for Uruguay. Only his second international goal. And at this moment, Uruguay set to emulate Argentina, which is very important to them. Set to emulate Colombia, similarly very important to them. And go forward with maximum points from their group. But, as we've seen over the last few minutes, one goal here or there being Orlando, and it might all change around again. Panama led early on against Bolivia, pegged back to 1-1 in their game. Suddenly the goal difference goes against USA. The all-important goal for Oliveira. USA started the night +1. must regather themselves. Must find a man who can put the ball in the net. It's time for Josh Sargent. Ricardo Pepi is the player they brought on for Balogun, when Balogun unfortunately went off injured. Here is Pepi. Seen out safely by Scally. Looks like Jose Maria Jimenez is going to come on for Uruguay. And Matias Viña makes his way off. And Josh Sargent now, replacing Yunus Musa. So will this change give the USA that bit more presence up front? Sargent looks like he's been told to go and play on the right side, with Christian Pulisic starting from a little bit deeper. Pulisic's been a little bit lonely out on that right side in this second half. USA have not created a chance since half-time, and in truth, not many clear-cut moments throughout. Turner has to put that out of play. So Hernandez has got another of the old guard out there now with the arrival of Jimenez, who's been a magnificent player for Uruguay for a decade and more. 86th cap tonight. That's off Nunez. So they looked at it and looked at it. Looks like the toe of Chris Richards, I believe, may have played Oliveira onside. That's how these things happen these days. De La Cruz on Pulisic. Ream to Richards. Anything could unfold. We said it at the start tonight. Anything can still unfold, good or bad for any of the sides involved. Fantastic finish to this Group C. Some good performers like Robinson tonight. The goalkeeper's lost it. Squared by McKennie. Pulisic. Uruguay had the numbers there to deal with it. Valverde. Not a good pass by him. Sargent. Now, a further update from Orlando. Everybody's so engrossed in what's happening here and that near thing for USA. The USA fans are about to find out. Some pretty bad news for them, I'm afraid. Panama have gone back in front against Bolivia. Guerrero is the goal scorer. That's not going to improve the mood. This was certainly a mood changer potentially. Pulisic had just had too many of those famous light blue shirts in his way here, as they bailed their goalkeeper out. A rare mistake by Rochette. Ugarte doing the job, but there was even an insurance policy for him there. So Uruguay remain in front here, and now Bolivia 1, Panama 2 in the other game. Might have been so different, the mood, had Pulisic been able to convert that chance. I say again, still time for lots more twists and turns. But somebody here for the USA has got to make it turn their way. Nandez for Uruguay. Bounces off Robinson. De La Cruz took on the shot. Well played, Turner. Uruguay continue to shut all the doors. Jimenez, with all his know-how and experience, has just gone in as a left-back tonight. Made a great career for himself as a centre-back. That was a good hit by De La Cruz. And a good save. Of dismay around the stadium here for the USA fans, but if they could get a goal it might change things. Sargent and Pulisic really not on the same wavelength there. Here's Ream. Haji Wright got a big cheer when his name was read out at the start of the evening here in the Arrowhead Stadium, and it looks like they're going to turn to him now to raise a real cheer. So you'll have Pepe, Sargent, and now a third striker. Here comes Uruguay's change. That was the last involvement for De La Cruz, who's a player of obvious talent. Now for the next stage, and another of the, I think I can call him older stages, older top liners. Rodrigo Bentancur is on, so it's right for Scally. Great season he had at Coventry City, Haji Wright, in 23-24 as a goal scorer at the championship level. How he'd love to demonstrate it at this level tonight. Bentancur has gone into the position previously occupied by De La Cruz. Now, Nunez, remember, picked up a yellow card in the first half, needs to be careful. Player they could ill afford to lose for the quarter-final. Reams got involved in a tangle with Jimenez. Or should I say that Jimenez greeted Ream with a warm embrace there. Anyway, on we go. McKennie throws it long. Sargent fighting for it. Didn't drop for Richards. Ream is there again. McKennie back where we started, far side. In from McKennie. There's not a lot of run-up room in this stadium for a long throw. Ream played that so well. Weston McKennie, who's driven the USA forward at every opportunity. That's a good ball. Unlucky Reina. But they shut the door. Robinson. He did well. Waited for the first rush of challengers. Adams moves it out. Reina. Sargent. Josh Sargent for the USA, deflected, and all they get's a corner. But the pressure's building, and it's taken a long time in this second half for USA really to pen Uruguay in, but they're doing it now. Problem is, it's likely they'll need at least 2 goals. Reina returned it. Then Adams. Oliveira got a little flick up to Nunez. Electing whether to just pin his ears back and go on a run or just keep the ball. He didn't keep the ball. That's USA's plight right now. No way through for Wright. Matias Oliveira onside. Matt Turner needed to force it out a little bit wider, and he couldn't do that, the goalkeeper. A very tight offside call goes the way of Uruguay, but we're used to those now, aren't we? Right or wrong. Ream. Last 10 minutes have been better for the USA. Sargent kept it. Scully may have overhit that. They know enough to know that anything can still happen. Sebastian Cáceres is standing on the touchline, waiting to come on. Adams to Richards. Ream did well. Luis Suarez is going to make a late entrance as well. Late can often mean dramatic entrance for Luis Suarez. One telling contribution now might be all it needs for Uruguay to assure themselves of a maximum return from the group. Pulisic, not going to be deemed to be a hard luck story. It's such a tight offside call, of course. USA have played well, but they can't deny that they've just not carved out the chances just yet. Reina now, this is better, right! Rochet, and again there was cover on the line anyway from Araujo, but the big chance has come for Haji Wright and he couldn't take it, just as Pulisic couldn't take his chance. There was another pass there that needed to be made as he was shut down. The build-up play was good. Reina rolled it in there to Wright. First touch was okay, but the defenders were on him. And to his right, Ricardo Pepi was free. They've not had it easy tonight, Uruguay, that much is clear. But it may stand to them going forward into the quarterfinals. Nunez is going to be withdrawn. And so too Manuel Ugarte, who was down a moment ago. Luis Suarez hoping to have a big say yet in this Copa America. Who would bet against it? Tim Ream comes off another valiant performance from Ream. Malik Tillman is his replacement. It's run away from McKennie. Oliver did well. Good stop in the end from Turner. Another little chance which has passed Pilestri by. Valverde. Bit late that. They've pressed, they've probed, they've passed it well at times, but they've not taken the chances that have come, and there haven't been very many of them. They've got 6 more minutes. The USA. Mighty impressive second half showing this from Uruguay. Largely controlling the game until the last 10 minutes or so. But it's not enough, and it's slipping away elsewhere because now Panama have gone 3-1 up against Bolivia. So I think I'm now right in saying that USA are going to have to score at least twice. And at the end of it all, there's going to be no hard luck story. Panama are doing the business, and USA at this moment are not doing the business. Reina. Right back pedaling, tried to head it down for Sargent, couldn't do so. Nandez was there. Off the shins of Anthony Robinson. It is a result in Orlando. Panama have won 3-1. They move to 6 points. USA at this moment are on 3 with a goal difference of 0. Pulisic, just the tiniest little touch, and a very important one it was by Bentancur. Pulisic, not to be deterred, goes again, but it's over the top, and it doesn't seem like it's happening for the USA. Bentancur just did enough. Brilliant. What's so pleasing for Uruguay is the know-how off their bench. Bentancur, Suarez, Jimenez, players who've campaigned for a decade and more at the very top for club and country, ready to back up the younger players being given the opportunity in the Bielsa era. And as Bielsa himself said after the first few games in charge, there's only one surprise for me since taking over as Uruguay boss, working with the players that I've got, just what it means to them to wear the country's colours. He said it's even surprised me as an Argentine. We're seeing that willingness to work in this game. Pulisic and many others have worked and given it everything tonight for USA here in Kansas City. But it doesn't look like it's enough. Turner got it to Richards. Ronald Araujo. Tillman trying to make something happen right at the finish. Weston McKennie got the cross in. Tillman, didn't seem a lot of conviction in the shot. Might be the last sight of a chance for USA, but there's still a little bit to go. And now another delay. Nandez is down. Berhalter looks a bit down in the dumps, doesn't he? He's got a performance out of his team, but we don't know what the ramifications of USA going out here in the USA in a Copa America may turn out to be. We know he does have a contract through to 2026, but so much hope invested in these young players for USA, so much belief that in a game like this, with the stakes as high as they have been tonight, that the USA's players could get the job done, and it's just quite not happened. work in there from Adams. Pulisic, his race appears run. He's giving it everything. Many of these USA players could say the same thing tonight. Uruguay on a great run. Shapes to be a great era for them. The Bielsa era, and even without their coach on the touchline tonight, they've given a fabulous performance, and it's enough for them to go forward with 9 points out of 9, because they've come through the test tonight, Uruguay. A second half goal from Matias Oliveira, which survived a VAR review, which must have been very close indeed. They got the goal, and ultimately in both penalty boxes, USA have not quite been good enough. Turner might have dealt better with the ball which led to the goal, and for all the good passing and energy tonight from Pulisic, McKennie, Reina, Balogun while he was on the field, the USA simply could not find a way to get the ball into the net. Panama have done it in Orlando, and that's why USA are feeling heartbroken right now. Panama have won. They go forward with Uruguay from this Group C. USA gave it absolutely everything tonight, but the defeat by Panama has been their undoing. The matchday 2 loss in Atlanta. They had it all to do against one of the best sides in the world tonight, and they could not quite get it done. But my goodness me, Uruguay, following Argentina and Colombia, they are getting it done, and they progress to the quarterfinals with 3 wins out of 3 in the group. The result here in Kansas City, USA 0, Uruguay 1.
This Wednesday, Brazil match up with Colombia in their final group stage game, live and exclusive on Premier Sports 1.
Whatever people say about goal scorers, you need one, and he was one.
With Jean-Pierre, it was all about finishing. That was his thing.
He had a sledgehammer on the right foot. Volleys. He was good in the air for his height. He just loved scoring goals.
Speed, explosive pace, spontaneity.
He saw only the goal and the ball in himself.
When the ball left my partner's foot, I knew where I needed to be. I knew the trajectory and the power on the pass, so I'd have an advantage over the goalkeeper and the defenders.
He had an eye for goal that made him one of the best strikers in France.
Jean-Pierre Papin, he makes it look so easy.
I didn't explicitly try to score bicycle kicks or the perfect volley, it just happened. And I knew how to do it. I think it's down to the amount of practice that I had. It was down to hard work. He didn't leave anything to chance. He practiced volleys all the time.
The amount of time he would spend repeating strikes in front of goal, volleys, controlling and shooting, both before and after training.
The one thing you couldn't fault him for was practicing how to score goal.
He killed a few pigeons at first, but when he found his range, he scored some fabulous goals.
I was a Marseille fan when I was little, and he was a super goal scorer. He scored beautiful goals, including bicycle kicks.
He has good bicycle kicks.
They were known later as papinards. They were surprising but very effective.
I scored a lot of goals, including papinards.
It was crazy, because Jean-Pierre could receive a bad pass and hit it in the top corner.
There were some beautiful ones on television, but even more in training.
Growing up in Boulogne-sur-Mer, where his father played professionally, Jean-Pierre Papin had football in his blood. In 1981, after being spotted scoring for fun for the Valenciennes youth team, Papin was invited to join the INF, the French Federation-run National Football Institute.
I think there's no better place to learn than at the INF. You're thrown into important competitions very quickly. That helped me to develop qualities that I had, which made me sharper and more mature.